What's up, everybody? My name's Steve Hunsaker. I'm 25 years old. I live in Phoenix, Arizona, and from age 21, right when I graduated college, to 25, I was working in outside sales in corporate America, making well over six figures and still absolutely miserable. I'm now self-employed. I own two companies and run them both myself. And I really want to use this channel to show you guys exactly how I was able to do it and the freedom that comes along with it, and hopefully show you guys how you can do it too. So thanks for tuning in. I've been told pretty much since probably my freshman year of college that I'm built for sales, and sales was the way I'm going to make my career and make a lot of money and blah, blah, blah. And I was good at it. I was the sales rep of the year at a company nationwide, had the most revenue and gross profit at the company, and I was miserable. I was making money. I was standing up on stage in Vegas. I was, I cleaned up on the awards ceremony in 2019 at this company, and I was still miserable. And it's not a knock on the company. It's a knock on I was a goldfish hanging out in a tree. Or I was a, what would that be? I was a orangutan underwater at that company. Okay. But I was good at it. And so everyone's like, what are you doing? Leaving? You're good at it. You're the #1 sales rep. I was miserable. I don't care if I'm making 150. I was miserable. I was waking up in the morning like dreading the day. That is not the way a human being should go through life. I thought it was the company. So I left the company and I took another sales job. And this time it was a publicly traded Fortune 500, S&P 500 monster sales organization. I was like, yeah, now I'm going to get first there. And then I'll be happy because I'm going to climb that mountain. And I actually sucked there. I was bad at it. It was a really long sales process, and I sucked at it. And then my entire identity professionally was the fact that I was a top sales rep. And here, I'm about to get put on a performance plan because I can't sell anything. And it was more just, it's a long, kind of borderline enterprise sales process. I don't need to go into the details. But like, I wasn't like going to get fired, but it was like, hey, it's been a few months. Let's get some things going. I'd sold some like small, like $30,000 deals and like a $30,000, $40,000 deal, whatever. But like I hadn't gotten like a big one or gotten numbers that backed up my resume from my last job. So COVID happens. We were outside sales reps. We got moved 100% remote. And long story short, I'm calling a director of HR or like a CFO to sell them this like really, really expensive payroll suite of services. And they're like, it's April 2020 when we like all thought we were going to die for like 1 or 2 weeks or had no idea what was going on. And I'm calling these people because of metrics that I have to hit. And I mean, I get a CFO or a HR lady on the phone or HR guy on the phone, and they're like, are you kidding? Like, what the are you calling us for? I'm dead. I had a guy say, are you kidding me? What the are you calling me for? And I'm on the other end like, oh, I want to sell you this cool payroll service, blah, 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 blah. People are dying, you're laying off half of your employees, and I want to sell you this. Hey, sir, like, I know you say you don't have the time right now, but if I could just grab 15 seconds, I could show you how much enterprise value we could drive back into your company, blah, blah, blah. And I'm on the phone, and my stomach's, like, basically falling out of my balls because I'm so, like, embarrassed that I have to sell this to them. And, at that moment, I was like, this isn't for you. Like, I don't care, like, if everyone's told you, like, how good you are. Like, I've been told my whole life I'm so good at sales. The earning potential of this company was crazy. Some people make millions of dollars as a sales rep there. I've seen proof that these sales reps in their 20s and 30s are making millions of dollars there. But I was miserable. And at a certain point, I looked at where my life would be in 10, 20 years. From if I stayed in this position, I'd be like, well, I'm miserable at 25 with no kids, making good money, limited expenses, and I'm miserable at the job. So what does that mean? Am I just going to magically not be miserable at 35 with a family and kids? Probably not. So I left, and you know what I did? I did nothing for 3 months. I played a lot of Call of Duty, like everyone else in the pandemic. I played a lot of Call of Duty. I watched a lot of YouTube. And I even started a Twitch channel. And then, after that, I took up poker. And for like a month, I was like, I'm going to be a professional poker player. But then in reality, I realized I won like $500 in a game. And I was like, oh, this is really easy to make a living. I'll clean up. Then I lost $1,500 the next day. And I'm like, okay, this is hard.
I don't bet. What do you mean you don't bet? I mean, I don't bet. You know, I don't gamble. I don't. I never have, and I never will. Yeah, right.
Anyway, long story short, October comes around, bank account's starting to get a little thin, burn through all my savings, everything else. I'm like, I gotta make money. So I start going on Reddit, and I'm like, how can I make money? Looked up like cool side hustles. They have like some subreddit on Reddit that's like sweaty startup or whatever, and it was like people go on there and talk about like businesses they've started and all of it. It's a really cool resource if you haven't looked at it. I get on there, and I like start seeing people post about Christmas lights, and it's like October. And they're like, oh, yeah, like, I made X amount of dollars doing Christmas lights. And I'm like, what? You're going to Home Depot and you're doing, like, there's no way. These people are saying, like, 5-figure, 6-figure things doing Christmas lights. And I don't believe it. Well, started doing some research. I don't know if it was lack of other opportunity or just, like, I needed to pay my mortgage. I started a Christmas light company and made $98,000 in really a month and a half doing Christmas lights. And it was the most rewarding time and fulfilling time of my life. November, pretty much when I started really getting rolling, November 10th through January. Absolutely the most rewarding time of my life. I woke up before my alarm. I was attacking the day. I fell asleep like a rock every night because I was so tired from working my ass off all day. And I was so fulfilled. And that's when I knew I think I had something here. And it got me thinking. I've been doing this for so like this like I've been unhappy at the sales jobs and bouncing around and thinking about do I do pharmaceutical sales like my girlfriend, then I'll be happier. Do I do medical device sales and then I'll be happier? Something else. Is it the money thing? If I'll be who's gonna frown on a jet ski? So I had to change outfits because this YouTube thing's really hard, and I didn't finish recording in one day. So the object of this channel is really simple. I am going to take you guys through every aspect of running a business, both the junk removal company and the Christmas light company and anything else that goes that comes up along the way. I'm also going to share the financials with you all. So probably a little embarrassing sometimes, but I think it's really important for me to be really transparent with everything on this channel. So the good and the bad. So when I make a really big mistake, you're going to see that. And when we have big wins, we're going to see that. And my goal is in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, maybe we'll be looking back on this. And a few of you guys have started your own businesses, and I could have helped nudge you along the way. Or you guys can see and be entertained by me growing mine. So that's where we're at.